What's up, Warriors? Welcome back to the Insane Warrior YouTube channel. Today's video, we're going to talk about how MLG Orlando 2007, something that happened one time, did never happen again. The time that the Insanes versed Insane Instincts, our second team. Let's get into it. All right, guys, and speaking of Insane Instinct, I decided to show you one of the pictures of them playing live. And here you go. This was Vexel. Here's Fallout, the legend, the commentating legend. Of course, speaking of commentating legends, look at this guy, Blaze, Gears of War, and also Halo commentator today. I saw him during the Halo Infinite first event. He's up there. That was awesome to see my guy, Blaze. But this is Blaze. He was coaching him for this part. As well as we have Nick Merckx, Insane Nick at this time. And of course, the legendary Fran. I mean, Fran started his career in 2007, and that career did not end until, just last year, 2020, 2019, something like that. So, man, what a legendary career that guy has had in Gears of War, and Gears of War is better for having him in it. And then back into, let's talk about how Insane Instinct formed. Guys, this is a stacked squad, and this was a team we used to scrim all the time, and we had a lot of confidence. These guys ended up being good friends of ours, and as we were kind of scrimming them, they would beat us, we'd beat them, and we were talking to them, and this team had, at the time, it had Fallout, Vexel, Fran, the famous Fran, franchise, the multi-champion legend, GOAT, whatever you want to call it. I mean, Fallout's a legend too, don't get me wrong. But Fran has done a lot of successful things in Gears of War. And so I was going through the roster. I'm sorry, I get ahead of myself because I get so excited about this topic. So Insane Instincts had Fallout. They had franchise, the legend, multi-event winner, as well as Vexel. I'm not sure really what happened to Vexel. He kind of fell off the edge of the world, I guess. I haven't really heard much from him. And Vexel, if you're watching this, man, message me, man. You were a legend back in the day. And then on top of that, Vexel always had like a towel he brought with him because his hands get sweaty. Really, really smart idea in reality because my hands always got sweaty too. And then they had Rain. And Rain had been kind of notorious at this time to miss an event here. I think he might have missed one other event in this year. I want to say maybe it was Chicago, but I think that was actually an injury he suffered. But anyway, he ends up not going to the event. They get to Orlando, and they're needing a fourth, and they're looking around. And who do they pick up? But Nick. Nick from No Name Noobs. Nick Merckx is what you know him today as. The famous Nick Merckx joined Insane Instincts. And this was the first time he took the gamer tag Insane Nick. So one day after scrims, we were talking to this team, and we said, hey, guys, you guys are legends, you know. Why don't you guys consider taking our name, the Insanes? And they were very receptive to that. And so Insane Instinct, they had a tough road, though. And that's kind of a thing for Nick because Nick was on No Name Noobs, and I believe if they weren't in the pro roster, they were a high-seeded amateur roster team at this time. Like, they were going to probably be able to host everybody they wanted and win the match. But Nick had left No Name Noobs, and he joined Insane Instincts in this moment. And Insane Instincts went on a tear through that amateur bracket. I remember being behind them. I was coaching them for one of the matches, and they were just tearing people up. It was amazing, you know. And then this team, we knew it from playing with them that they were amazing. They were kind of like a good scrim team with us. They knew how to challenge our weaknesses and make us better. And honestly, I think all of the Insanes can agree between Z Killer, between Predator, between Killa and me, this team made us a better team. And a big reason why we ended up getting third place at this event was how much Insane Instincts trained us and helped us find our faults, fix them, and be better against the other teams we would face in the pro bracket. All right, as we go forward, let's go ahead and talk once again about the bracket. You can see, now this will be kind of confusing. This Insane right here is actually Insane Instinct. That's not us. And as you can see, look at that. Oh, darn. I accidentally clicked on it. Look at that. Insane Instinct faced off against No Name Noobs, and they 3-0'd them. And I was there for that series, and it was an amazing thing to watch. Nick was talking all kinds of smack to No Name Noobs. I remember saying, "You guys are nothing without me." I remember those guys they looked defeated about it. But so Insane Instinct moved on, and they had to face Infinity because they're on the lower side of the bracket here, guys. They come in as an amateur team, and they go against Infinity. Infinity 3-0'd them. Now going to our side of the bracket, we had Ill by Nature again. Once again, that's Blaze's team, and we face off. We have a close match with them, 3-2. Man, we had a lot of close matches with Ill by Nature. Make sure this is Orlando. It was. Dang, 3-2 with them. And then, is this the last resistance? I bet that's the last resistance. Let me see if I click on it. Yep. So the last resistance, normally this had Cloud, Scar, Cream might have been on this team. And I don't know who they're for. It's probably Venom, if he wasn't on Prophecy. I think Venom might have been on Prophecy, though. I don't know. I can't remember. The rosters moved around a lot back then, guys. So it's really hard to kind of remember where everybody was, especially in the 07 year. But Insanes, we beat Ill by Nature 3-1. We face off against Vision. This rivalry's been growing, guys. We've been facing this team a lot. We're always catching them. This is winter semis. And they end up beating us 3-2, man. I remember we lost that match, but we weren't defeated about that when we were ready. We knew this tournament meant a lot to us. We were ready to move on from this and continue to perform. We wanted to come back into the winner's bracket, into the finals, and show what we could do. All right, as we scroll down, let's go ahead and talk about Prophecy moves on. Prophecy went pretty deep in this tournament and actually took Infinity to a 3-2 map count. Let's drop down to the losers bracket. Now remember, there's going to be 2 insane teams down here. The one with the emblem is us, okay? So that's how you'll kind of keep this together. This is where Insane Instinct comes in. I don't know what team this is. I wonder if this actually Clean Sweep. I don't remember them. They 3-0. Speaking of clean sweep, Insane Instincts clean sweeped them right out of the bracket. Then they went on to face LGD. This will probably be red. Yep. And at this time, I don't remember who's on red. Sorry about that, guys. There's a mob team existing at this time. Mob Unknowns. Don't remember much about them. So you can see, No Name Noobs, they went out kind of early as well. All right, so here's where it happened. They beat LGD red. Loser semifinals. We lose to Vision. That lined us up. We get the call. Insanes versus Insane Instincts. Main stage. So I remember coming up to the main stage. And I remember who it was. Somebody caught me in the crowd on the way up. One of the other pro players. Might have been Puff. And he's like, "Hey, man, you don't want to lose to your second team." And I said, "Hey, listen. They're a second team for a reason." Because that's what we do. We talk trash, right? Honestly, I was actually a little worried about this match because this team knew us best. Out of all the time that we scrimmed, I would say 80% of our scrim time was against Insane Instincts. They were going to know us inside and out. And only the addition of Nick was going to make this better. So I was a little bit honestly concerned about this. But as you can tell, we ended up going 3-1. And though there was a little trash talk on the way because, hey, we're Gears players. We're going to talk a little trash. There was all but love for that team afterward. I remember these matches going down pretty much down to the wire. If we won, it was probably 3-4 round counts on pretty much every map. I think we might have goosed them on one because there was a few maps. Clock Tower, that map takes so much teamwork, and that's what we were very good at. And so I think maybe we might have won a Clock Tower pretty easily, but otherwise, and they did take a map on us. That just tells you, like, they were able to take a map on us. That's kind of a big deal. So as we go back into the bracket, that means we're getting a face-off against Prophecy for the loser bracket finals. It's the first time that we're making it into any kind of finals, guys. We're ready for this moment, you know. We're so happy to finally be able to kind of show off the work we had put in, the amount of teamwork, the amount of sitting down and looking at the strategies and looking around the maps and finding new angles and finding ways to adapt our strategies in the fly, because that was a big part of Gears back then. You had to be able to adapt your strategy on the fly. You could not sit still for too long. And so we really worked on that. And as you can see, Prophecy, we ended up taking Prophecy. down with a 3-1 map count. And then we meet our old friend Vision back in the finals, because as you can see up here, Vision and Infinity played each other, and Infinity took the win at 3-2. By the way, if you guys didn't notice, this is the first time that Infinity's getting this is the first time they carry the Infinity name. And so this was the beginning, though they won the last event under the LGD name, this is the beginning of their dynasty as Infinity, as they took that name for this event. This was the first event. And now Vision ends up beating us 4-2, unfortunately. That was a tough loss. We were a little upset. But man, we had felt that we'd finally done something, because now, as you guys, as we scroll up, Infinity wins the event, as you can tell. Man, it was a close one. I remember thinking that was a very close event. And as you can tell, this is the first time we get third place, guys. And we actually felt really good about that third, because we knew that we were definitely making the strides to become a better team. And that you'll see that continue to pay off. And as the insane legacy is starting to build, people are starting to look at us as a team that is going to be a future problem, including Infinity, including Vision, understanding that they can't just keep thinking that they're going to run us off, that someday we're going to be there with them. And in the one day soon, we're going to be in the finals with one of these two teams. And alrighty, guys, that's a wrap for this event, MLG Orlando. Guys, let me know what you guys think about these videos down in the comments below. If you were at the event, tell me a story that maybe I didn't know. Leave me a comment about that down low as well. If you're not already following me on Instagram and Twitter, be sure to. My name is, of course, Insane Warrior on there as well. And as always, guys, play hard, have fun, enjoy the rest of your guys' day. See you later.